Hey fellas, how you doing? I'm finishing up the pool. Gonna knock out some other things, but I'm gonna practice with you guys. I'm gonna have you guys practice with me. I'm gonna talk to the guys. Here's some of the things I'm gonna talk about. Now, I grew up in Highland Park, Detroit, and in the late 70s, that's the 1970s, not the 1870s, filling up the water in the pool. So I may have to pause you for a second. I'm gonna set you down. Pause you for a second so I can put it back together, and then I'll start this back up. All right, 1 second. All right, I got everything back up and running. I'll turn you around. So I'm pretty confident in my work, so I'll take you back inside for a little while. Let this get up to speed. Come out and check it. But I used to run around in Detroit, and I worked for the Russians and Italians and sometimes the Greeks in a 1% motorcycle club, just doing things for them. I started off running numbers and working on a car shop, running back odometers on used cars so they could sell it for more money. That's how I started off. Then I started running numbers, and once they found out that I was what they call back then, I don't know if they still do it, they call you a stand-up kid. I was always the kid. Anyways, I knew a guy. I knew him as RJ or Rich, and the newspapers called him White Boy Rick. Now RJ could get a hold of cocaine, and that was a big deal back in the late 70s, early 80s in Detroit area. I can tell you, and I'll explain to these young men, and maybe women if they're in there, that I'm lucky to be alive. And if a Wayne County judge hadn't sealed my juvenile records, I couldn't have got into the military. And I got into the military with two what are called moral waivers. I could not actually get in the military right now because of the extent. It doesn't matter. The point is, we're all going to run into things or do things when we're young and we think we know everything. One way you can prevent any of that happening is sitting yourself down and talking to yourself. And no, I'm not going to glorify being a gangster, but that was my goal in life at that time, to be a gangster, to be one of those guys running around in a nice car, nice clothes, and money for nothing and your chicks for free. Anyways, but there's no retirement plan at all. There's no dental or medical or anything else. And God help you if you go inside in the Detroit metropolitan area and you look like me. So it is what it is. So anyways, I'm going to talk to him about that. But here's the things I'm going to talk to him about. I am going to talk to him about the manosphere. I am going to talk to them about why men go their own way and why you shouldn't get married at all currently. And then the only way you should ever even consider being in a relationship, because of the common law statute here in Texas, is if you have a pre-signed prenuptial agreement or just an agreement, a contract. Any relationship you get into with anybody that's not blood family is a contract, give and take. I'll talk to them about their physical health and how their bodies are going to change from the puberty wise and growing hair and all that kind of stuff if they want to. But basically, I'm going to talk to them about this. I'm going to tell them that they have a lot more control over their life, that high school and junior high and high school and that seem like forever, but it's just a short time in your lifetime. You need a plan. I'm going to talk to them about a plan. I'm going to talk to them about 3 phases of their life. I'm going to talk to them that there is hope, that there are things that they can, yeah, I'll just go on and on and on. But yeah, I was a really bad guy. And I'm not that guy. I'm not that same person now. I wish, I'm going to tell them this too. I'm going to tell them, I wish at my age now, 58, I could go back and talk to myself when I was their age. And that's what I'm going to tell them. I said, I would tell you, hey man, listen, you need a plan. I'm going to talk to them about the trades. I'm not going to talk to them about going to college unless they're going into the STEM field. And the trades that can change your life. It would have changed my life. I will not. I just right now, because so many things are up in the air, I don't think I could recommend the military without being. I've been out of the military since 2003, so I don't have any right to recommend the military other than the fact that if you use it, take a soft skill and get out, get your college money and get out. So other than that. But you would be surprised how twisted the press does with stuff. Nobody called Richard, was his name, first name. Nobody called him White Boy Rick. He was RJ to me, or Rich or RJ to me. And you needed cocaine, he could fucking get it for you. Anyways, love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, you have to take care of yourself. I swear to you, you are the prize. Love you guys. Like a 14 G string from West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.